Chapter 6. The Restoration of Eden. Daily living becomes God's movement. Due to the Word, living while enjoying thankfulness and joy is creation of God's era of love. The creation of God's era of love is living while enjoying thankfulness and joy due to the Word. This is Eden found again, and it is the beauty of God. When I am thankful and joyful, I move due to God. It is the beauty of God. My movement itself becomes the beauty of God. Inside the spirit of such a person, worldly things do not flow. This is because they live by eating God's things and are led by God's righteousness. God sees His beauty again from inside such a person. Having found again the wisdom that was lost, God becomes taken by such beauty. From where would God be trying to see the beauty of Eden? God is trying to see the beauty of Eden from me. But from where would such beauty come if there were no movement of God? To be Shulamite, my life itself must become the movement of God. To restore Eden is to recover the beauty of God. Contained inside Shulamite is the perfect image of God. Immeasurable and eternal person, God moves us. When this happens, our daily living becomes God's movement, and we become centered on God. Eat and enjoy from inside God. It says in Isaiah 55:1, "Everyone who thirsts, come to the waters, and you that have no money, come, buy and eat." If I only yearn for the blessings of heaven, I can have them all. A heart that yearns is the God-centered daily living. It is the world over which God reigns. Eden is to eat and enjoy as much as we want from inside God. Now, God's coming again is the era of the 1,000-year reign. Together with the King, we eat and enjoy God's things. If the King comes, there is an affluence of thankfulness, joy, peace, and love. All things are abundant. We perfectly eat and drink by God's things. The Song of Songs is God's lost love found again. Eden. Eden is the inside of God, and it is God's Word itself. Eden is a place that was embellished by God's Word. It is the place where Shulamite's beauty is seen. If Song of Songs becomes revealed, it's the end of sin and the beginning of new love. We possess Eden again. Then God's beauty and a lovable bride are seen. It says in chapter 2, verse 10, "My beloved speaks and says to me, 'Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away.'" The era of love is celebration every single day due to God. Now the time has come for the Word to appear. When the Word opens in the Spirit, our daily living becomes one that eats, drinks, and enjoys God's things due to truth from inside of God. The restoration of Eden. 2 Peter 3:8 says, "But do not ignore this one fact, beloved, that with the Lord 1 day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like 1 day." God's creation of 6 days is the plan of 6,000 years. Through the 6,000 years, the creation of 6 days that was lost in Eden is found again. Then, God saw that it was good becomes beauty when God sees. In the era of love, God takes out from inside Himself the deepest love, which God had been saving for 6,000 years. It has taken 6,000 years to restore the Eden that was snatched away due to disobedience. It takes us 6,000 years to see the creation that God saw in 6 days. Righteous people of each era had labored so that they could show God's coming again to those who live at the end of 6,000 years. That is why the ones who are at the end of 6,000 years have received blessing that is unheard of, where they see God. 1 Corinthians 13:12 says, "For now we see in a mirror, dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know in part, then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known." To fulfill 6,000 years, ancestors of faith were people seized and used by God from one era to another. To fulfill such plan, there was much work. There had been amazing miracles of God through those who were used for the sake of 6,000 years. Should one look at Shulamite and at the 6,000 years? For Shulamite to have come to stand before God, which part of Shulamite is the God who rested inside Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? God who rested inside Abraham is Shulamite's head. God who rested inside Isaac is her eyes. And God who rested inside Jacob is her nose. These are the works of God's creation. All things that God had fulfilled for 6,000 years rest upon those who are at the end. In the book of Daniel, the shape of a statue comes out, and every part of it is different. Such part by part is God's plan that God fulfills from one era to another. It says in Daniel 2:34 that not by human hands, it struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay and smashed them. The smashing is so that God can now stand. Eden had not disappeared all this time. In order to restore again Eden that was lost due to disobedience, humans must fulfill for 6,000 years God's creation of 6 days. Then we, who are at the end of 6,000 years, see such creation and live while enjoying it.